Hey, it's Kelly. So recently, Mitt Romney made a gaffe. So the media says, they say he was at a fundraiser where the cost of a plate was $50,000. That means people were very wealthy because everybody who was sitting down to eat paid 50 grand to be there, or had someone else pay 50 grand for them to be there. And he said something to the effect, I'll put a link below if I can find it, of that 47% of Americans are moochers, and that they don't pay into taxes, but they do sit on the government teat, and they'll do anything to stay there. They don't care what happens to the country as long as the free government cheese keeps coming. I'm paraphrasing, of course. Well, I can't disagree with him. There's a large number of people in this country who do not pay into taxes. They do not paddle the boat in the same direction as everyone else. They either sit there, or worse yet, they paddle the wrong way. Drag their feet, whatever analogy you want to use. You know, I want to print up a t-shirt that says, I am the 53%, because I can look at my taxes and I can tell you I pay into taxes. I lose money on the whole government thing. I'm legally blind. I can qualify for Social Security. I got Social Security supplemental income for several years while I was going to college. I got off of it, I got a job, and here I am today, killing myself to make a living, raise a family, keep a house together. I'm a working stiff. And where are my protests? Where are the people holding up traffic saying, you know, the 53% need more government. We need to lower that number from 47% down to about 5%. Now we're approaching that 50% mark, and the saying goes, democracy works great until half of the people figure out that they can simply vote themselves more money, and that's when democracy stops working. Well, if we're already at 47%, there is a day coming when this system is going to fall apart. It's going to stop working. Then there's another part of this whole story that kind of has me interested, something that a lot of the people aren't talking about. You ever wonder why politicians lie so much, and they never tell you the truth? They never seem to say it like it is. Well, Romney did, and look how he's paying for this. This might cost him the election. He said that 40% of Americans don't contribute into income tax. And though the numbers may be true, yeah, they probably pay sales tax, and they pay taxes in other ways. They contribute. What happened here is he spoke his mind. He said something he believed was true. He tried to present information to back it up. And what happened? Well, he gets slapped down. And this is why politicians lie. This is why politicians never seem to tell the truth. It's because people can't handle the truth. People don't want to hear that things suck. People don't want to hear that things aren't a quick fix. People don't want to hear that the world is a nasty place. People don't want to hear that they're going to have to work to make it work. It takes work to make things work. People don't want to hear this. People don't want their politicians sitting down and saying, look, everybody, and I mean everybody, is going to have to do with less, or everyone's going to wind up with nothing. Yeah, that's the last thing people want to hear. They all want to hear, I'll make it better. Just vote for me. And that's what politicians tell them. It's getting to the point with politics that I don't want to hear what the politicians have to say in their speeches. I want to hear what they say in the open mic. I want to hear what they say in the closed meetings, of course. They'll say one thing to the public, and they'll say another thing to these organizations that give them lots of money, because it's been a separate world for a long time for these folks. They have said, you know, when we go out to the public and everybody and the brothers watching the TV networks are there, they'll say XYZ, but when it comes to the $50,000 a plate people, oh, they get another story. Well, that kind of stuff's going to end. I mean, because everywhere you go now, if you're a politician, it's the same group of people listening to you, which is basically everybody. I'm not sure how they're going to stop that without strip searching everyone at the door. And I'm kind of glad of it, to be honest with you. I want to hear that stuff. I want to know what these people really think. It wasn't long ago that Obama had an open mic situation. he looks at the, I don't know exactly what the Russian guy was, but he was someone very high up in the Russian government. Obama, the president of our country, said, look, lay off this whole missile crisis thing that we're going through until after I get reelected. And the guy from Russia is like, yeah, I'll tell the president that. He's like, sure, no problem. And that was an open mic situation. The president of our country just said, look, I'm not going to deal with this until after I'm reelected, at which point I'm going to do something very spectacular with this missile defense system. In other words, he's going to turn it off, I imagine is what's going to happen. We'll see. I don't know. After he gets reelected, we'll see what he had planned the whole time. I've got an idea, something that would never work, but it would be interesting to try. I've often thought that if we paid our taxes on the same day that we voted, in other words, we had to get all our tax information together, and in order to vote in an election, you had to lay down your tax information and hand it all over to the IRS. If you didn't do it on time, you didn't get to vote. Regardless of whether you were 47% or the 53%, whether or not you paid in or not, you had to do your taxes and hand them in in order to be able to vote. And people would be so pissed off at the government at that point. I would really like to know where this country would be if we had to do that. If we had to hand in our tax information and then immediately turn around and vote. This would be a completely different country.